Welcome to Conversations. I'm your host, Anthony Thompson II. And today, I got one of Detroit's finest. I mean, he's literally a GOAT in the D, man, for real. But he stands all the way out. His arm reached D.C., New York, Cali, all over. You know, he didn't have some of the biggest campaigns that the city has ever seen. And besides that, he's an excellent father and a humble and just a great dude. I got my boy in the building. Introduce yourself and talk about your business, brother.
Man, well, Willingham, straight from the D. Owner of Plugged In Collection, Plugged In Agency, brick and mortar downtown, 1301 Broadway.
1301.
For sure. Howard University graduate, you know what I'm saying? Detroit raised. Let's get it, whatever.
Man, that's my guy, man. See, I got somebody in here that is like me. Been behind the scenes for a long time. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got in the game at 12, and I literally watch this dude in the corner. Every time he see me, he's like, "Where I know you from?" Because I'm that dude that's just chilling in the corner. I ain't saying much. I'm watching everybody.
I don't forget no faces, though, you know.
And all the moves I watch you make, man, within a 20-year span is incredible, man.
It's a blessing, man.
So I just wanted you to tell the people, before we get deep into the business and stuff like that, you actually started off really moving in college, man. Yeah. I want people to hear the history on how you got started in the game and the stuff you done, you know, just entertainment, period, and business, man. Let's hear a little bit of that. And don't be humble. Oh, yeah. Speak on it, bro. Speak.
Nah, you know, I got a crazy journey, man. You know, I really ain't skipped no steps, if you could say that. But I started off, you know, I started off here in Detroit, you know what I'm saying, and I was blessed. I got in a little bit of trouble here, and, you know, I was given an ultimatum to, you know, get myself together and go to college or, you know, end up somewhere you don't want to end up. And, man, I just stayed on it. I stayed back here for 1 year after high school, went to Bishop Borges High School. I stayed here for a year, got my grades up at OCC for a year, and then went to Howard University. I was blessed with that. I thought I was going to not like it. You know what I'm saying? I ended up loving it, loving the culture, met all kind of different people, and I thought I was never coming home. But I started throwing parties there and comedy shows. And
hold on, I got to interrupt one time.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of the history, especially going to black colleges. I went to Michigan State. I went to King High School, but I know about the black colleges.
That's love.
So who officially is a real HU? I need to know. Who's Howard. Officially?
We the Mecca. It's Howard all the way. Even if you ask somebody, if you really talk to somebody that went to Hampton, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hampton. But if you really get them in a corner or a room by themselves, they're going to tell you the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, Howard is we just the ones, man. You know, everybody know that.
Y'all got a lot of confidence in Howard, though, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Real talk. And also, man, like, what is it with Howard and the connection to, like, the entertainment industry and politics? Is like, y'all act like y'all just run the entertainment industry coming out of, like, black colleges. Like, it's like y'all be on.
Well, it's just, you know, it's the network, bro. That's what got me even through school. I wasn't a really good student or anything like that. I hustled. I did all kind of stuff that I'm not proud of. But, you know what I'm saying? But along the way, it gave me that stick-to-itness, and I met people just like me, you know, or people that came from different backgrounds and realized we had something in common, and it just made me be like, well, this person ain't no better than me. Why wouldn't I finish this? And, you know, it was times where I couldn't see the goal, you know, where I couldn't see the goal or couldn't see the end of it. But, you know, when I looked up and I calculated and I met with my counselors and they told me it could actually happen and I could actually get a degree, and, you know, I was knee-deep into the party game, knee-deep into, you know, all kind of stuff. But, you know, my best friends, Chris Webber, you know, Juwan, them guys were there.
Go there.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, so they were there playing for the Wizards at the time, and just had I had a different type of college experience, you know what I'm saying?
That was like perfect timing though, like that you was at Howard, he just went to the league, you know, and they from the crib, you know, you from here, you know, and it's like you was throwing these parties, and it's like, how would you get these people to these parties, man? Like, how?
So I threw a party and man, all of our birthdays fall together. And my homeboy Charlie Gardner, he played for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I put all their names on there. My homeboy Juice, rest in peace, he was from Chicago. That was Juwan's best friend. All of our birthdays fell in February, you know what I mean? In March, the beginning of March. So I did a big party and I named, Chris, Juwan, Charlie, all these different big names. And then I put my name at the end, and I got like 40,000 flyers made up, you know what I'm saying? Me and my homie Twan and Flip. And, and passed them out. And next thing I knew, like, we threw a party the day of the Bulls game. They played the Bulls, and, Scottie Pippen came to the party. Dennis Rodman came to the party. It was crazy. We shut the city down. I never
Dog, you had Scottie Pippen fall through.
Yeah, bro.
And
crazy.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did Scottie wife come?
I don't know. Can't speak on that. I don't know about that. I wouldn't have knew. She would have just, blended in.
For sure, man. You wouldn't say nothing anyway.
I wouldn't. But we had some times, man. We had some great times, man.
How did you get, like, this is especially for the young dogs, because you really, like, I'm going to say, here, man, you really show people how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Some other guys, too, but you really show guys how to, throw the parties, really an experience, you showed them that. So how did you get the first venue? You was friends with these guys, but sometimes your friends don't believe in you. And it's hard to get them to say, you put my name on a flyer and I'm popping, and you just trying to use me or something like that. And it wasn't like that with you, but how did you, like, my question is, and I'm going to let you just talk and break it down, how did you get that venue? Did you have startup money? Who designed and had the idea for the flyer? And if you can tell us, how much did y'all make? And then how did you flip that?
So, no real startup budget, but we was, determined to come up with it. I had to pick a real special venue, so it's like a Masonic type of venue called the Almas Temple, which is in D.C., and when I saw it, I fell in love with that. I came up with the concept of the flyer. It was a Detroit-style party, and at that time, people in D.C. wasn't really dressing up like the guys. You know what I'm saying? They was wearing more, they'd be fly or whatever, but they'd have black on or a bomber jacket or whatever else. But I told everybody they had to wear. It was a Detroit-style party, so they had to come right. So we came with gaiters and, Versace shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but then, like, they wore Versace and all this other stuff. They got fly as hell. So the girls came super fly. And I had put on the flyer, like, it was a Detroit-style party and put the Detroit skyline on the party. And, man, it was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was
That's
crazy.
Ballsy to go to another city
dog.
And then say Detroit-style party.
Because I was like, even if nobody come, which I knew that they would, but I'm like, even if nobody come, I know me and my dudes going, you know what I'm saying? And, like, the people that we know, we going to have fun. Like, we going to pop 100 bottles, we going to go crazy. And just so happened they came crazy, and at that time, that's when everybody didn't feel like there was a star. So people didn't mind paying at the door, and I think we did like 30 bands at the door that night. You feel me? And it was love.
That's love.
Yeah,
that's real.
And we was on our
man.
way from there. I said I wasn't ever getting a job, and I knew that I could not just through parties, but from there it parlayed into comedy with Joe Claire, Red Grant, and Dominique, and that's how I know Mike Epps, and that's why that relationship is there to this day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was on the phone with my boy out in Cali today, and he actually was talking about Joe Claire because he cool with him.
Yeah, that's
and
the
so
homie.
he was like, yeah, man, on this next tour, I got an idea, dog, and I want to throw Joe to be a part of it.
Man.
I was like, oh, okay.
I just got off the phone with him.
That's
He on the
crazy.
news in D.C. I'm proud of him, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
He done did a lot of stuff behind the scenes, too, like a lot.
Yeah, Joe ain't no joke, man. He a good dude, man. Talented dude, man.
Yeah.
We worked together for over 5 years. We got the longest standing comedy room in D.C. to this day.
So, like, your hands is still tied and connected to the district.
Yeah, I love the district. I'm actually on my way there with Jelly and the Indie Fashion Show. We on that tour, and next month it's June 25th. It'll be in D.C., so we're gonna go crazy for sure.
Just I literally just talked to him too. That indie fashion stuff is
I
so cold.
It's going, yeah.
I just talked to him. I was like, bro, I said, I got to play for you. You know how when I called him, I said, I got to play for you, bro.
He doing it, man. He is doing it, man.
Yeah, he doing it. He doing it the right way,
and
too.
He's coming here August 12th at the music hall, so we're going to go in. We're going in.
I mean, I like what you're doing with fashion. Like, you really... Like, I don't want to stay in your lane, but you have really built this thing out. And I like the fact of the way I see you. When you said earlier, you said you don't miss a step. You really take your time with stuff. It moves fast, but you really take your time with stuff where it feels so organic. It feels like, it just feels like it's supposed to be like this, you know?
Because I'm not a designer. I didn't mean to cut you off at all. But, you know, it's more vision. And what I will wear, you know, I work with the same designer, you know, graphic designer. I'm good at saying what I think, you know what I'm saying, and having him put his twist on it and just okaying it and knowing that, you know, me and my friends been dressing like this forever, you know, of course streetwear. But, you know, I can dress, I can put it on if I need to as well. But as far as streetwear and how to put together hats and shirts and jogging suits and stuff like that, like, it just come kind of easy to me because I know what I like to see. You know
I'm going to have to correct you, though, big dog. You are a designer. You just do it in a different way because you are a visionary and then you can see the design. You just need somebody to, you know, you're partnering with somebody in the creative process. For sure. That's just like when I talk to people about the difference of, like, beat making and being a producer. Like, just because you're not hitting the button don't mean you're not a producer. You know,
I respect
if you're orchestrating and pulling it all together, like, you know, just like a few people, Jimmy Iovine, he heard certain sounds, you know, and say, oh, you need a string in there.
No, I accept that. And then, like, how Puff is and, you know, you know, and Dre, like, a lot of them, they don't take away from their talent, but a lot of times they can hear it and then they can describe it to somebody and then somebody else can, you know, can put it into action. So it's the same thing. It's basically I got a vision for color and you know, or how I like to see stuff, even no matter what the trend is that's changing. If they, you know, wearing short stuff, like, or they wearing long stuff, it's like I'm not gonna compromise what I like to see. So I think that's why it feels kind of organic because I'm not just following trends. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
I love what you. I saw you post a picture with my little homie Will. I've known Will when he was in the womb because his daddy is my big dog, big homie. You know, his dad played at King High School like me.
He went to Michigan?
He went to Michigan.
He was there too.
Dog, DB. Like Deion Johnson.
Yeah. He was there. He came up to the store as well. Yeah,
Deion is humble. He don't say much.
Yeah, for sure.
Deion was a dog.
Yeah, it's
like, come
loud.
out there, we be like watching him. You know, he had graduated way before I came to get, but he's a legend.
Yeah, he was up there with Webb and them. That's what he was talking about.
He
had
a legend,
good conversation.
Bro. And he don't walk and talk like that.
Yeah,
He's so, and then his son, that's why Will Johnson, that's why he's the way he is.
Very humble, very centered.
The boy is a dog.
I love him.
I'm a Will Johnson fan. Yeah. I cannot be a Michigan fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Spartan all day.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, respect.
But I do got love for, like, 'cause a lot of my dogs played over there too.
Exactly. You know, you got to respect it, but you know, you can't never.
And I want him to win.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a root for him.
Like I respect Hampton, but I could never, you know, that's
hey, shout out to my boy Norm, man, Hampton Institute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my man.
Curtis Blackwell, they're my brothers, man.
That's all I love, man. You know,
absolutely,
it's just friendly fire. You know, that's all.
So I want to get back into some of the business moves you made because I like to, man, I just love watching you move, bro. I wish a lot of young dudes would come intern, or females, whatever. People need to come intern with you. They really need to learn and see how the structure and how you build relationships and all those things. That's what we doing at ATNetwork is we opening doors, you know, for a lot of young people to come work and shoot and do things.
That's a blessing, man.
And another thing I'm going to tell Entertainment University youth programs, we will be at Cornerstone schools in the fall, man. So we didn't test piloted at different schools before, but now we bringing it officially. It's going to be in a school, man.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great,
so I'm thankful, and I just want to keep helping these kids, man.
Yeah, man.
But I really want to hear you talk more about, your business and talk about like that last campaign you did with the Colts. I'm going to let you talk about it, what artist it was. Because to me, it was so smooth, and it's like y'all personalities lined up perfectly. Yeah. And it's like, the color schemes and materials and stuff that you picked out, it was so perfect the way you rolled everything out. It didn't need to be a big balloon drop.
Exactly.
It was like limited. It's like you be picking how to you do it right every time, bro. I don't know how you
not every time, but
you do it right every time. To us, it look like you do it right every time. Yeah. But go ahead and break that down.
Well, that's a relationship. Like I said, I have the Plugged In agency, and we help other artists as well as other clothing lines develop their clothing line. All up under one umbrella, and one person that we did that with and we've been working with was Payroll.
Another Detroit legend.
Yeah, Payroll Giovanni. Shout out to him. That's my brother. First of all, great relationship with him, his whole family. It go way back, and we always had worked and collaborated on the thoughts for making his stuff come to life, and then he made this song. Maybe, it must have been like 3 years ago, and it was called Outlets and Plugs. And I'd always been telling him, like, man, when I drop this Plugged In line, I want you to make the song, or I got to come with a song or a soundtrack or whatever, however I was trying to do it. But when I heard that song, I was like, damn, that's the song. It. But we didn't rush the collab. I never knew how it was going to come to light. And then when it was time to do a collab, of course, me and Royce have collaborated before as well, who's a great friend of mine. But Pay, when it was time to do this garment that we were going to collaborate on, I just felt like the Outlets and Plugs, it was just a perfect idea. And, with his lyric on the breast, and it says, this the results when you're good with your outlets and plugs. And then right here on the garment it says, it has our mission statement, which is it's never about being a plug. It's all about what you plugged into, your energy, your access, and network. So, then we put those two things together with the Bilug and the Plugged In brand. And we did a short run, 50 jackets and 50 hoodies. And if you got them, you got them. And we numbered them. And whoever got them, then they love them, though. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So, so
hey,
that was a great thing.
Little bro, I'm just letting you know now, I'm going to be doing that too, right?
No, it's love. That's love. That's love. That's love. Yeah, man, that's love. That's what it's about, man. Just, just inspiring each other, bro. It's stuff that you're doing in the audio world and the visual world, and, different resources that I know that we'll be able to exchange and help each other and stamp each other and move each other forward, man. And that's kind of like what business is all about with me.
Yeah. I like the fact that you said that you help other brands and helping build brands in this agency. It's organic, and how do they take to you? Is it just like you take on new clients as you get to know them, or you just take anybody off the street?
No, well, I won't just. I only work with people that I know are serious, man. That's not gonna be playing around. So, first of all, by the time you come with retainer, and you still gotta pay for designs, you still gotta pay for different things. You're definitely gonna prove if you're serious or not. But if by the time you get down to manufacturing, if you committed all the way through there, then I know that you're serious about it. Because it ain't like you just coming in, game tapping, and can, listen to what we say or whatever, and then take it and go do it yourself. If you can, then go do it yourself. And then the agency is designed for, work with us for 7 months, and you probably won't need us for much besides consulting and manufacturing. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably won't need us for much after that. So we're not trying to pimp nobody out of the game. It's just creating a different source for them. So, it's other artists. It's I've worked, and these are guys that I got great relationships with, and it's more although we do merchandising as well as uniforms and stuff like that for schools, but we also focus on like with an artist with a platform with a following and stuff like that, where they got 200,000 people following them and stuff like that. People wouldn't understand the merch. Kiss has been selling merch. Led Zeppelin has been selling merch forever, bro. Millions of dollars worth of merch. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you know they don't want to leave. You don't want somebody to leave that bag. You got that amount of influence, but you're just gonna go out and wear a mirror every day. Nah, you want your fans dressing like you, and with the power to produce the garments, in the same patterns and the same materials as these other companies, Balenciaga and all these other companies that you guys are giving all this money to, then why wouldn't you have that influence, with the influence that you have on your fans, why wouldn't you be having them buy into that?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's so cool that you give them structure and teaching them the business. And also, as an artist, the artists today, they have such an advantage because they're like, I just saw a lot of artists back in the day because, I started off working in the industry at 12 with like, we was up in the RJ Rice working with Slum Village and Dilla and all them, at the studio out in Southfield. Yeah. And it just like, it's just so much that I learned and so many steps that was missed and so much money they missed and didn't see. Or these artists today so smart, man. I love it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like they so brilliant, and I don't say I'm teaching them because I'm learning as well. Based off of, it's easier for me to get creative and to pass the word to other creative people within my team because they're coming up with these things like these are images that they creating based off of lyrics or how they carrying themselves or how they dressing or how they've been able to maintain a certain image for X amount of years. Like man, like Pay been at it for. Man, he been talking that money shit since, you know what I'm saying? Since you can remember, and he really living up to it and advancing. So I respect that, and he's smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Pay been getting that paper.
Yeah,
though.
And then like you just
I run
smart.
into him sometime at the airports.
Yeah,
he be like, "Yeah, you LaRon boy." I'm like, one day
exactly.
you gonna know me by name, though, bro. I don't mind though.
No, it's a blessing, man. And like I said, like even if. Cause I don't like to be like so and so been getting money or so and so, but I just know like the standards that guys have. You know what I'm saying, and the fascination with trying to keep advancing, and that's respectful. You know what I'm saying, rather than somebody that's just talking it and then they not doing nothing to pursue it or just going in a negative direction towards pursuing it.
One thing I'll say is, especially with Detroit artists. Sometimes they be living it too much. You know what I'm saying? I say. Yeah. But like they really be living it. They really be getting to that bag. Yeah. They really be putting that work in, and they really be getting to these artists. Because I'm an X and 9 kid, Joy Road, and going to King really introduced me to the East Side. Because being from the West, where I'm from, we ain't even go to the East Side back then, man. And some of my closest friends from over that way. And I didn't got so much gain from being able to move around the entire city. Yeah. And just watching so many people, the way they moved. I mean, we learned so much. Like, I'm sure Payroll learned a lot from seeing what Blade went through. And guys like that open these doors, man.
So it's just weird because it's kind of like it was a time when it was very authentic a little bit. You know what I mean? Like where. It was still a lot of ignorance and stuff like that, but it was a lot more authenticity. Now it's just a crash out culture, and that's what I'm scared of for the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, it's like they running fast to crash, bro, and they don't care. Like, and it's like you got to be able to separate real life from art.
Yes,
and it's very hard. For somebody, a young person that's 15 or 14 to pop a pill, smoke some weed, you know what I'm saying, and then listen to murder, 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 kill, 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 do this, do that, and then like separate, and then go home and play GTA, and then all these other games, and then go out into the world for 8 hours. I mean, it's like it's hard to separate it. I don't care what nobody says. It's hard for some adults too. You know what I mean? That's why you see some of this stuff that you see right now.
Well, my era, it was a lot of violence. You know, I'm just gonna be real. Sports really saved my life. Being in the studio saved my life. You know, I don't know if you remember, like when I was young in the game, I started off too doing meet and greets and parties because I was doing the whole jeans and Kool-Aid stuff when I was doing the stuff with the Scream tours.
For sure.
And it was like a lot of that stuff kept me out of the bull crap. And then the OGs, it's a little different because the OGs be like, hey, get up out of here, dog. It's about to, you know, things about you got to get up out of here, young dog. And I respect that. We listen to our OGs. Now it's like, dog, you can't really say nothing
for themselves right now.
But I see two different pieces though, because then I see some of the artists that's young and they getting their money, they getting out the way. They like, yo, we over here, but they get out the way. Then you see some that's like you said, just crashing out, dog.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, I think we got a balance, just like everybody else. If you go to Alabama or California, it's the same type of thing, the same culture. People fascinated with the Detroit culture. You know what I'm saying? And it is. I think the rappers with the OGs, which is like, you know, some of these guys do have people to look up to. Like, I know that Webo and, you know, Vez and all those guys, they got, you know, really good people to look up to. And like Pay, they got really good people like OGs and stuff like that they can go to. And now they the OGs now, you know what I'm saying? Like, they getting older now. So it's like, and then Tay B, like, you know, got a great relationship with him. But his pops, you know what I'm saying, very gamed up. And he got a good foundation of people that can, you know, tell him like, bam, okay, chill out, or, you know, go this route or whatever, and he listens. So, you know, you got people that's just gonna put the blindfolds on and just go try to shoot them up, bang, bang, and crash out the game and trick themselves out the street. And then you got some people that are playing chess out here and, you know, just really trying to make it happen. GT, like, them guys smart, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I love being around them. You know, I always show them love. When I'm to the venue. I mean, I purposely don't even say who I am. I just be like, yo, you good, dog, bye, whatever.
Exactly.
But who gave you this game? I know your dad was well known.
Yeah, my dad was, you know, my dad was my heart. You know what I'm saying? I watched him throw parties and stuff like that when I was a kid, and I just watched my old dude maneuver with all different types of people from different walks of life. He never, like, you know, looked down on nobody or nothing. He could chop it up and operate under, you know, in different rooms. So I respected that about him. You know, I didn't realize that till later, you know. Yeah,
my dad moved around the city. He did some major things in the city, too. And that was like, we had a funny relationship. Everybody was like, y'all like brothers. Like, because we literally argued all the time, and he was more my brother than my father.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was weird, but that was our relationship. And it's like, you know, he been gone for a little while now, and it's just like, I think about so many things back. We are just so different. Me and my dad are like totally different. But he was all like, one day you understand, like, he would not help me. Like, I'd be like, man, I need some help. You'll figure it out. But he gave, like, my friends jobs, would help people, and would lead me out there. And I'm like, I'm an only child, dog, out here having to get to it. You know, and then people never understood, like, man, why you got to work so hard, hustle? Your pops do this, and they ain't get it. I'm like, he was like, nope. He said, because when I'm gone, who going to help you?
Yeah, I was just hard-headed. It probably could have been a lot easier for me, you know what I'm saying? But me and my pops were real close, even from the start. Like, that was my dog. You know, he used to coach Pal when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And all of he had a 13 and under team, and all these guys, the street dudes, they all OGs now and all that. And they all came to his funeral. They all still look at me like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? And these are well known, you know, guys throughout the city. So, you know, I don't know. It was just, you know, I knew I had some stuff to live up to. I didn't know how it was going to play out, but, you know, I tried to figure it out.
Man,
you know?
it's funny because I didn't want it. I wanted it easy. Like I mean, I'm a hustler by nature. And go hard, and I'm thankful now. But then I used to get mad at people I meet through sports, or even when I went to college and they be from the suburbs, trying to act like they from where we from.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, man, I'll switch spots in a heartbeat. I wish I grew up in a mansion. My parents bought me a BMW Benz, and
take it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could flip. Like you could say you from Joy Road, grew up on Rosemont.
For sure.
I take the West Bloomfield mansion.
Man,
y'all tripping.
And you know, man, one thing about it, like I wasn't poor. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't rich at all. I didn't have, you know, it was times where it was crazy. But I'm just saying, we wasn't, me and my sister, like I could never, that'd be a diss to my old dude and my mom, like to be like I was hard up, like I ain't have it all. I ain't had no, they wasn't about to just be like, here go $300 or here go $500 or here go even $150. But what I knew I was eating that night though, you know. And if I wasn't eating at the crib, I was eating at one of the homies' house. So, you know. You know.
I mean, I ain't miss no meals.
Yeah, of course. None of us, we blessed.
You can go to your auntie and uncle house. Blessed, like, it was somewhere always to go eat.
That's what
even if they didn't want to feed you.
Yeah,
you know. And that's
I don't think it's like that now, now.
Detroit was like, because my grandparents came from Louisiana, from the South. You know, Detroit still had such a Southern love when we was little. You know, but they made you work. It's like I had a lawn service. They like, you had to cut grass. You better go make that money.
We go walk around the neighborhood, go cut 10 grass. You know what I'm saying?
My family like, you know, we'll put some clothes on your back and feed you, but everything else is on you.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then they gave you hustle, they gave you structure too, man. You know, so those times give you structure as well. But you know, a lot of stuff I learned business wise was hands on and through networking, asking questions, and people smarter than me in the game. You know, just I had to ask their opinion and then put my twist on it. And sometimes I decided to take their advice, and then sometimes I just go off of what my heart tell me.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
If you're the smartest person on your team, man, you failing.
Exactly.
You got to keep the right people and keep evolving, man.
I believe that. I believe that. 100%.
But I wasn't trading my life growing up in Detroit for nothing.
No, nothing. I wouldn't want to be from nowhere else in the world. And I've been everywhere, man. Bro. Yeah, I've been there, and it give you a taste of everything. It makes you tough. It make you. It give you a certain alertness that you just gonna have a radar that can go up at any time. And you learn how to read different rooms, you know what I'm saying, by being from Detroit. And never lost that. I always took pride in that, you know.
Yeah. So I want to hear more about your company, though. Like, I want to hear a little bit more of what's coming up with your brand, with the agency. And then also I want to hear about you as a businessman. What's some of the other moves you making, maybe outside of your general business? You know, we always got a side hustle or some investments. Like, what's some other things that you got going on?
So, man, right now, you know, of course, we have Plugged In Collection. And just a little background on that. That started in music. Then it went to, that company started in 2003, believe it or not. But with my homeboy Derek Dandridge, he passed, but that's my homie. And, so, yeah, it started in music, and then it went to, you know, the promotions and marketing. Did a lot of stuff with Big Sean and Nipsey Hussle and Nas and a lot of other people that I worked with along that journey. Then it transferred into, you know, my agency and partnering up with other brands or whatever and promoting those brands. And then it trickled down to, you know, where we are now with the Plugged In Collection. So a lot of people, it is very organic. A lot of people follow it because they follow the journey and watched it end up here and didn't just, when it was time to make the move, I didn't just come with a T-shirt company or just T-shirts and hats. I try to put some real thought into it where, you know, we can make it a household name. You know what I mean? So, and it takes time to do that. And I understand the journey of nothing is like overnight. So I don't mind like every customer or every time somebody has it on. Like I really appreciate that particular person or that. I could look at the journey of it. I could look at is that one of the first ones we made. Are those current things? Is this a repeat customer? I take pride in that. So that's where we at with that. And now, We've been able to keep that very exclusive because you can only get it from us. And then when we did the brick and mortar, that helped with access. You know what I'm saying? We had a showroom in Farmington first, and went from that to the big store that we have now downtown. And now it's just about spreading, because we have a lot of organic followers that are Detroiters or have roots in Detroit, or just seen the brand and just thought that it was a great brand. And we haven't even done a lot of the e-com stuff and putting money behind ads and different things like that. We have not done that, so it's so much upside to it. There's so many pieces that that are in the I got 1,100 designs. You know what I'm saying? Probably only dropped 170 of them. You know what I mean? And still creating. Yeah. So, there's backpacks and luggage and all kind of stuff, beach towels and robes and all these different things that we have going on. I'm looking to. We're in the middle of doing a deal with a very big company, energy, basically the EV chargers for the Teslas and stuff like that. So just giving it a different twist.
Dope.
Plugging into that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. So we're doing that with a couple of companies and in talks with some people with that, and developing other people's merch. Working with Mike Epps and those guys, doing a merch line for the one mic, and just working with a couple of other clients, as well as some up and coming athletes. Working with them, developing stuff for them. So that's a good thing. And so that's where we're at with that. As far as side or just other ventures, I'm working closely with Chris Weber. We're working on a very big project in Southwest Detroit. It started off cannabis-based, but now it's turned into like a multi-use, basically property. So we're doing a lot of different things with that, as well as I have a financial group that I've created with about 6 of my friends, and it's called Generational Wealth Holdings, and Generational Legacy Holdings, and we're basically just putting like an investment group, and we have several projects that we're working on, some properties that we're working on, and looking to do some ventures in DC as well. So just always working and just plugging away, man, trying to keep it together.
Man, I love the fact that you men have come together and doing investments together, and then the knowledge that y'all pouring in each other back and forth. And man, Will the plug. I've always known you as the plug, man.
Yeah, man. But it's not about, like I say, it ain't about what you it ain't about being a plug. It's about what you plugged into, and the people like you, and to be able to say that I know people like you. And then like I'm doing I have a program called From the Ground Up, and it's I'm taking it to the schools and just teaching other kids, or having them think about entrepreneurship and what it really entails, and what it's like to build a business from the start to the finish. And then at the end, I do a Shark Tank type of presentation with them, and then the prize is we pay for them to become a real business, pay all their fees and any trademark, any type of stuff like that they have if they're really serious. And you'll be surprised, like, these kids are brilliant,
Man, you're going to need to talk to my guy, Russell Harris, man. He's the CEO of SOAR Detroit.
Let's do it.
And he's tapped in with the schools. That might be something that y'all can come together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man.
Let's do it. Let's
make sure I connect y'all, bro.
Oh, yeah, let's do it, man. I'm with it, 100%.
Man, I have to thank Will, Plugged In Will, for stopping by Conversations. ATNetwork, we thank you, man. We appreciate you and what you've done for this, not just the city of Detroit, but we're going to say the city of Detroit because you ours, but also what you're doing across the country, man, is magnificent, man. And I just want to make sure that you celebrate it, man. I've recognized your gift since I was young, and I appreciate you. Salute you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it, man. You keep going, too, man. I'm seeing everything you guys got going on. I know it's plenty more But I just appreciate you having me, and anything you need me for, I'm here.
Appreciate
sure.
you, brother. God bless.
God bless you too, bro.